let's get something straight here. Cooking is not that hard. I see a lot of people saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't cook that because I don't have X, Y, and Z. No. One of the main things that I want to show you guys here is that no matter what you have, all it takes is a couple of basic fundamental skills and good quality ingredients to take your cooking from below average a little bit slightly above average, you know what I'm saying? Alright, boom. Today we're gonna do a pasta dish that highlights both of these factors. Adequate cooking technique, good quality ingredients. And it's to show you that you don't need to be really good at cooking to make good dishes. And also because my mom wanted me to make this pasta dish for her today. Alright, boom. I call this one fundamentals. Let's cook. The main things that I want to emphasize is the quality of your utensils. Now I'm not saying that cheapo pots and pans that you get from the thrift store or Walmart aren't any good or are bad. I'm just saying that they're not gonna last you as long as if you invested in something really high quality. Like this Salad Master titanium on the inside, stainless steel on the outside, you know? Nice and heavy. Gets a real good feeling for when you're starting to cook stuff. And especially if you're starting to cook a lot more, it's important that you have high quality things because that's what your food is touching. Okay, boom. So one of the first things I like to do is to get my water boiling. And you're gonna want a nice high walled pan or a big pot. Now it doesn't really matter what kind you use as long as it's big enough to hold all your pasta noodles and not overflow. What we're also gonna do is we're gonna take a couple generous pinches and salt our pasta water from the people at BA. Thank you, Carla. She says that it's supposed to be the salinity of the ocean. So that's what we're gonna do. So I forgot to press record when I threw the pasta noodles in. But basically what you want to do is throw the pasta noodles in, and instead of breaking them in half, you're just gonna kind of let them sit there, and as the bottoms melt, you can slowly get a pair of tongs and twist it in. Boom. Whole pasta noodles and no breaking in half. So one of the first things that we're gonna do is we're gonna slice our garlic. Now, don't go buying that glass jar pre-made minced stuff. No, learn how to slice your own garlic. It'll be so much better. Another thing that I want to point out, one of the best tools you have in your kitchen is a knife. You want to get a good quality knife right here, full tang, and your knife skills. Now I see a lot of people holding it like this or holding it like this, and I'm not gonna say that it's wrong, but it's kind of wrong. So you want to make sure that you choke your knife with your thumb and index finger like this. That way you have full control of it. And we're just gonna ever so thinly slice our garlic. Voila! Perfectly thin sliced garlic. And one of the other key features, and I want you to pay very close attention to this, as to why you should be holding your knife and chopping like a professional, so that it just looks cool. Isn't that like the best part? Okay, next. We're going to grab some parsley tops. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to get them as thin as possible. If you ever watched the movie Chef, you know that he made a lot of this. So we're gonna do pretty much the same thing, except instead of chopping, you can do a rolling slice. And you wanna make sure that you keep your knife sharp, because a dull knife leads to more accidents than a sharp knife. Now you might be asking yourself, why did he throw on a glove? He probably cut himself, didn't he? Short answer, yes I did. That's part of cooking, you know what I'm saying? So next up what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab one lemon and we're just gonna cut it in half. We're gonna use the zest and the juice of this lemon later on. Now for the sauce. First things first, we're gonna get a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and I'll put it like a generous amount in there. Tablespoon wise, I have no idea. But you want to get enough so that it easily coats the pan. And from there, a lot of people like to put it on low. Yeah, I like to put it on medium-low heat so that we can have a little bit of good, good time to get prepared while everything's cooking. So from there, we're gonna drop in our garlic slices. And additionally, a lot of other people also put in red pepper flakes, but my parents don't like it spicy, so I kind of can't do that. Then we're gonna get a spatula, outside spatula, wooden spoon, whatever, and we're just gonna lightly toss it, make sure everything is even, and we're just gonna let it sit there for a little bit. So with a simple recipe like this, it can be really easy to see how much better it is than just getting this stuff and putting a jar of Prego on top of it and calling it a day. Woo! In the words of Internet Shaquille, doo-doo noodle, easy peasy. We're gonna take it up a notch, yeah? So, we're gonna let this go until it's just shy of al dente. By al dente, yeah. Right about there. We're gonna kill the heat, take it off. So from here, we're gonna add in some lemon zest. Just to make it real nice. Lemon zest. About half a lemon zest. And juice. Put it in there to kind of kill and break up all of that acidity that we have. Make sure we get everything there. And then we're gonna go grab our pasta noodles. We're gonna put it in here. Okay, so we have this going. Now we're just gonna grab our pasta noodles. And it's okay if a little water gets in there. Just put it on. Now the water actually contains a lot of the starch that we need in order to make this sauce go. That's basically all done. Don't panic. We're gonna add in our parsley. And we're just gonna toss it for a little bit. And since this is an induction burner, I can't really, well maybe I can. And I wanna toss it and try not to make a mess. You're gonna toss it so that everything's combined. So, one of the final steps that we're gonna do is we're gonna grate some Parmigiano Reggiano right on top of it. And you can do this to finish it. You can do this to right at the very, I like to do both. Right at the very end of cooking and once it's all done so we can finish it. Now, you can put as much cheese as you want on here. Do keep in mind that it does put a little bit of nuttiness and saltiness in it, so you might have to adjust your salt levels. And a lot of people might be asking right now, how much cheese did you just put in there? And I'd be lying if I told you I knew. And this is one of the things, like cooking does not have to be super precise or super, anal about all the measurements. The beauty of cooking is that you can put as much or as little things as you want in it to where you think it's gonna taste good. And one of the beauties of cooking is that there's no real guide or no set rules as to what you can and can't do. I don't know if I said this already, but don't throw out your pasta water. It contains a lot of starch that we need in order to make this sauce go. If you find yourself with pasta sticking to it, you can always add a little bit more water, try to deglaze it, add a little bit more oil, or just keep tossing it. I might have just a little bit neglected this pan because I was talking to the camera, so I needed to put a little bit of water. But it's okay, there's a lot of starch, so everything will stay thick, The last step is to add as much or as little cracked black pepper as you want. For me, I like a lot. One final toss. Show off a little bit. Now, plating. When you're plating this, what you want to do, grab a bunch try to get as much height as possible. Turn it. Finally, we're gonna grate just a little bit more Parmesan on top. And pepper. Boom. B-roll time. I mean, so there you have it. I think it's called, and the reason that I haven't said it all video is because I don't want to butcher the name. Pasta aglio e olio? Something like that. And I really hope that this just shows that cooking doesn't have to be intimidating or hard. Yes, there's gonna be a couple of hiccups along the way. You could cut yourself like a total dumbass in front of camera. You just gotta keep going, and eventually, hopefully, you'll get better at it. All right, enjoy.